So let's say that we're not centered at h, or that we're not centered at 0, 0. Instead, we're centered at another point, hk. Okay, so this is where people have a lot of trouble, but it's really not bad. So if this is hk, and it's a horizontal ellipse, that means you go out a distance of a this way, and up a distance of b this way. Okay, so if I'm trying to find the point, the vertex over here, I started at hk. What am I adding a to, the x value or the y value?
6.
X value. So do you guys see what that's going to be? You're going to have h plus a, comma k. And then over on the left, you're going to have, what's that going to be? Blank stares.
H plus B.
H minus a, comma k. You add a, and you subtract a. Yep, you're doing the next one. All right, so those are the vertices. So you have h plus a, comma k, and you have h minus a, comma k. Now some books and, some cheat sheets that I might give you, they might shortcut that and say h plus or minus a, comma k. Are you guys going to know what that means when you see that? So h plus a, comma k, and h minus a, comma k. There's 2 points there. All right, co-vertices. So you go from the center and you add b. So when you add b, you're adding it to the y value, to k. So that's going to be h, comma, k plus b. And what's the other one? Yep, you got it. All right, so those are the co-vertices. So I have h, comma, k plus b, and I have h, comma, k minus b. All right, the foci, that's just right inside. You add c, so they're like right there. So you'd have h, you add c to it, comma k. So h plus c, comma k, and you have h minus c, comma k. So it looks a lot like the vertices. It's just right inside. C is smaller than a. Okay, now let's go back to circles. Do you guys remember circles? If I had a circle centered at hk, it was x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So think about what your equation is going to be here. It's horizontal, so I know x goes first. I know my center is no longer 0, 0, so I'm going to have h and k in it. Underneath the x's is going to be a squared. Underneath the y's is going to be b squared. So do you guys have any guesses? This is what it looks like. X minus h squared all over a squared plus y minus k squared all over b squared equals 1. All you did is you shifted from 0, 0 to hk. So you get that. Okay, next up. So think about the equation for the next one. We put y squared first. But really the big thing about having y squared is underneath it you're going to have a squared for this vertical. So we're going to have y minus k squared over a squared plus x minus h squared over b squared equals 1. So really the big thing is that a, or a squared, is bigger than b squared. Okay, think about this one. If I went up a distance of a, right, that's your major axis, think about what your new point would be. H, comma, k plus a, and h, comma, k minus a. So you're adding to the y value and subtracting from the y value. The foci, you wouldn't go up as much, you'd go up to c. So you'd have h, comma, k plus c, h, comma, k minus c. And then the last one is the co-vertices, so that's going out a distance of b. So what would that be? No guesses?
H plus or minus B, comma K.
Yep. H plus B, comma K. H minus B, comma K. Okay, so Josh said it with the plus or minus. Good. All right, so let's try some examples. So it says graph the ellipse x squared over 64 plus y squared over 25 equals 1. Okay, right when you see that, you should know if it's going to be horizontal or vertical. So what is it? Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal, right? That's because your 64, your bigger number, is under the x value. So it's going to go out further along the x. Okay, this one's a squared. So that's telling me my a value is 8. The other one's b squared. So that's telling me my b value is 5. What's my center? Yep. So my center is 0, 0 because I didn't have x minus something squared and y minus something squared. It's like x minus 0 is just x. Y minus 0 is just y. All right, so when I graph, I'm going to have 0, 0 is my center. I'm going to go out horizontally, 8. Left 8. Those are my vertices. Go up B. So 5. Down 5. Those are my co-vertices. Now that you have those 4 points, you can draw on the ellipse. Mine's kind of like an egg. All right, what if I asked you, for the foci? How would you find the foci? Yeah. So I didn't ask you that. I just said to graph the ellipse. But if I asked you to find the foci, then you would do c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So if you need to find the foci, then you would do that. All right, so the next one. You guys want to try this one? All right, I'll let you guys try this, and then I'll go around and check. Okay. So first of all, I know since the big number is under the x, that it's a horizontal. So a is 5, b is 9, or b is 3, b squared is 9. All right, my center is 2, 4, just like for a circle, like opposite signs. So you have -2, -4, so it's 2, 4. So when I draw this, I have 2, 4. I'm going to go out horizontally, so I'm going to go out 5 to the right, out 5 to the left, so I was already 2, so 1, 2, 3. Up 3, down 3. So you should get this little ellipse here. Okay, last step, if I asked for the points, you need to be able to do the points. You were at 2 before, so if I went out 5 more, that's 7. So this is 7, 4. This was 2, 4. This one, if I was at 2, 4 and I went left 5, or yeah, 5. Now I'm at -3, 4. So I'm subtracting 5 from my x value. Now I'm going to add 3 to my y and subtract 3 from my y. So I'm going to have 2, 7. And I'm going to have, this last one is 2, 1. Okay, so you should have all those points. Again, if you needed to find the foci, you could just use your equation. Okay, and the last one, it says the Roman Colosseum is shaped like a large ellipse with an external width of 188 and a length of 156. Okay, so we have some kind of ellipse. So the external width, so the width all the way across to the external walls is 188, and the length is 156. Okay, write an equation that can be used to model the shape of the Colosseum. So let's call the center 0, 0. Okay, how do I find A and B? Yeah, Elizabeth? Yep. So this distance right here, that's your A value. And A is 188 divided by 2, which is 94. All right, then B is the distance from the middle to the top. So I do 156 divided by 2. So B is 78, good. Okay, do I start with X or Y? X. So I have X squared over A squared plus Y squared over B squared equals 1. So I have X squared over 94 squared plus Y squared over 78 squared equals 1. Okay, so someone be my calculator. So find 94 squared. 6,084. Good. Okay, that's your equation. You got it.